On to this week's academic instructional video, where Raphael talks to some of our fine arts staff and students about conducting.
Many people have been to concerts, and they always see the person conducting on stage. But what exactly are they doing with all those gestures and motions? They make weird faces, they make bright motions with their arms. So we took it upon ourselves to teach you guys and figure out ourselves. What are they conducting?
Yes, well, I would say in several ways. Of course, there's the regular, just like, the time signature, right? Whether it's 4 or 3, those kinds of things. But then there's lots of more specific things, like how I actually hold my hand determines the shape of the singer's mouths, even if they don't know it. So, like, we associate this part of the hand with the back of our mouth. So if I hold my hand like this, the tone goes flat. If I go like that, the tone changes shape. So and the cutoffs of vowels and of words, I move my hand differently depending on how we're cutting off. And then of course there's things like dynamics. Larger gestures usually mean louder singing. So, and not just my gesture and my hands, but how I stand, my posture determines the choir's posture as well. So if I don't have a good posture, neither does the choir.
Dr. Hansen's gestures help me because it helps me to keep on track with the music and to sing it at the right speed. And without him, we just wouldn't know how to sing the music the right way. And he helps to keep us on track, and he does all those little finishing touches, and it just makes us sound really good overall.
So the main job of a conductor is to keep us on beat, so he shows us where each beat will fall within the music, but depending on how smooth or short his motions are, that also tells us how to play, rather to play legato or staccato. He also can convey a lot of the emotion through his movements, so if it's a slower piece, it's going to be more lyrical and flowy movements, or if it's angrier sounding or fast, he'll be a lot more quicker and more direct.
With conducting, we try to show if the sound is long or short or with space and full. We use legato as a term to describe sound being full and legato and smooth. So you'll see that translate to the gestures of the hand and to the baton. The opposite of that, we use a staccato, and it's a really short, enunciated, pronounced gesture. And then as a conductor, any way I move or move my arm or baton or both arms or jump towards the orchestra, they react, and they've been trained to. So if I make a mistake, they also react and play the mistakes as well. So it's a lifelong process of training musicians to react to conducting gestures, and then for the conductor themselves to be able to look at a piece of printed dots and white paper and be able to translate that into music and gestures that have meaning to convey emotion.
My experiences in conducting have shown me that it's not just about keeping the time, but it's about helping the students interpret the music and just have fun with it.
Well, conducting for students in an educational setting, for me, my gestures are mainly geared towards helping the students achieve whatever musical goal we have. So if it's to play at the right time, I'm going to try and use my gestures to either cue them in, so I'm going to point at them. But sometimes if our goal is to be more expressive, I'm going to do that in a more gesturally way by trying to expand more, maybe have some type of emotion when I conduct. So if I'm trying to be really, really angry and intense, I'm going to show that in my face. If I'm going to try and be relaxed, maybe we're playing something really, really kind of in the sadder feel. Maybe we're trying to be more expressive in the slower type motion. So I'm going to kind of show that in my face. Also with my gestures is, as an educator, for students, I want them to know if they're succeeding or not. So I'll sometimes smile. I'll sometimes give them a nod, give them a little thumbs up, especially for students. Conducting sometimes could be a flashy thing, but also we want to make sure that we're achieving our goal, and sometimes it's just important to just give them what they need versus what we want, and that's going to help all of us be more expressive in our music.